Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greeting to ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judge, honorable opponents, respected audience member, timekeeper, and chairperson. Thank you for joining us today to deliberate on a matter of utmost importance. The motion before us is a contentious one. This House believes that alcohol should be banned from Indonesia. As a leader of the affirmative group, we firmly assert that such a ban is not only justified but also imperative for the well-being and progress of our nation. Let us begin by addressing the social and health implications of alcohol consumption. According to World Health Organization, alcohol abuse is a leading cause of preventable death globally, with over 3 million deaths each year, with alcohol consumption at 57% of adults abstain from alcohol in the past 12 months, and 46% of the member states reported to having policy regarding to alcohol at least one in 2016. Alcohol also responsible for 50.1% of the global burden of disease for male and females respectively, and the leading risk factor for premature mortality and disability among those aged 15 to 49 years, accounting for 10% of all deaths in this age group. Disadvantaged and especially vulnerable population have higher rates of alcohol-related death and hospitalization. In Indonesia, where the cultural fabric is tightly woven and community bonds are strong, the negative impact of alcohol on social harmony cannot be overlooked. According to Statista, the consumption of alcohol in Indonesia were at peak of 0.54 liter per day in 2017 and 0.33 liter per day in 2022. But even then, many crimes that happened were caused by alcohol consumption. Alcohol-related incidents, including violence, domestic abuse, and public disturbance, are on the rise. Statistics from the Indonesian National Police reveal a significant correlation between alcohol consumption and crime rates, underscoring the urgent need for intervention. By banning alcohol, we can take a substantial step toward creating a safer and more harmonious society for all Indonesians. Moreover, the economic burden of alcohol abuse is a stark reality that we can't ignore. The cost of treating alcohol-related health issues, law enforcement effort, and productivity losses due to absenteeism collectively drain valuable resources from our economy. A study by the Indonesian Ministry of Health estimates that the economic burden of alcohol-related issues is in the billions of dollars annually. By implementing a ban, we can redirect this fund toward more pressing issues such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure. A recent worldwide overview showed the economic cost of harm due to alcohol amount to 2.6% of GDP. About one-third of the cost, 38.8%, were incurred through direct costs, while the majority of costs were due to losses in productivity, around 61.2%. The Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development released a landmark report in 2021 detailing the economic harm caused by alcohol industry. Alcohol-related disease and injuries incur a high cost to society. Life expectancy is nearly 1 year lower than it would be on average if alcohol consumption in population would be lower. Furthermore, the cultural and religious diversity that defines Indonesia cannot be overlooked in this debate. While some argue that banning alcohol infringes on personal freedom, it is crucial to recognize that our diverse population include communities for whom alcohol consumption is incompatible with their cultural and religious value. Respecting this value is fundamental to maintaining the pluralistic harmony that make Indonesia unique. In terms of public health, alcohol is known risk factor for various diseases, including liver, cirrhosis, and cardiovascular problems. The strain on our healthcare system due to alcohol-related illness is immense. By banning alcohol, we can alleviate this burden and ensure that our limited healthcare resources are directed toward addressing pressing health concerns that affect a larger segment of our population. In conclusion, the affirmative stance firmly holds that a ban on alcohol in Indonesia is necessary and responsible measure. The evidence we represented demonstrates the multifaceted impact of alcohol on our society, encompassing social, economic, cultural, and health dimensions. By taking this bold step, we can pave the way for a safer, healthier, and more prosperous Indonesia. We implore you to consider the well-being of our nation and support the motion to ban alcohol from Indonesia. That's all argument for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judge, respected opponent, distinguished audience member, timekeeper, and chairperson. Thank you for letting me stand here to discuss a matter of great significance. The motion at hand, this House believes that alcohol should be banned from Indonesia. As the leader of the opposition group, we stand firmly against this motion, presenting a counter-narrative grounded in fact and reason. First and foremost, we acknowledge the concern raised by affirmative group regarding the social impact of alcohol consumption. However, it is crucial to recognize the majority of individuals who consume alcohol do so responsibly. According to a study, a significant percentage of the population practice moderate and controlled drinking without causing harm to themselves or others. Moreover, the economic argument put forth by the affirmative group need careful consideration. While alcohol-related issues do incur costs, it's essential to acknowledge the economic contribution of alcohol industry. The alcohol industry in Indonesia provide a substantial employment, contribute significant to the national revenue through taxes, and support multitude of businesses in the hospitality sector. Banning alcohol would have a cascading effect on this industry, leading to job losses and economic downturn. In addressing the cultural and religious diversity of Indonesia, it is vital to emphasize the principle of individual choice. Indonesia is a nation built on the foundation of pluralism and tolerance. By allowing individuals to make their own choice regarding alcohol consumption, we respect diversity that defines our nation. A blanket ban on alcohol would infringe upon the personal freedom of those who choose to drink responsibly and in accordance with their cultural and religious belief. Furthermore, the argument that alcohol places an undue burden on the healthcare system is not without its nuance. While alcohol abuse does contribute to health issues, a complete ban might drive the problem underground, making it harder for individuals with alcohol-related illnesses to seek medical attention. A more effective approach would involve education, awareness campaign, and targeted intervention rather than an outright ban. Additionally, banning alcohol is unlikely because alcohol prohibition does not guarantee reduced consumption and public security. As intended, by Indonesian legislator. In Pakistan, the 1977 alcohol prohibition, which punished violators with 80 lashes, failed to stop Pakistanis from drinking alcohol. This prohibition has unintended consequences. Consumption of poisonous alcohol produced by the illegal industry and drug consumption both increased. Prohibition also led to increased bribery of Pakistani police. There were also increase in violence and extreme acts of terror. The alcohol prohibition seemed to give legitimacy to certain group of people outside law enforcement to forcefully close and destroy liquor stores. Alcohol prohibition was also failure in secular country. The 1990 prohibition in the United States resulted in an increased smuggling and bootlegging. This practice fueled the rise of mafia, which profited by protecting those illegal businesses. This in turn resulted in violence and law enforcement corruption. The U.S. criminal justice system also became congested as many cases were brought to the court. In the first 10 years of alcohol prohibition, 343,695 people were tried and convicted in the U.S. court. Alcohol prohibition also crippled the U.S. economy. Many alcohol industry collapsed, so U.S. taxes revenue significantly decreased. Before prohibition, the U.S. government collected $226 million in tax from the alcohol industry in 1914. The U.S. government lost about 11 billion in tax revenue from alcohol during prohibition era. Banning alcohol would impact the tourism interest in Indonesia. Tourists wouldn't like to visit if they themselves can't enjoy what they want, especially drinking what they want. Because of this, it could hurt our economy and put us in dangerous position in the world, and could harm our people because our lack in revenue. In conclusion, we, the opposition group, firmly contend that outright ban on alcohol in Indonesia is an extreme and impractical measure. We advocate for a balanced approach that considers individual freedom, economic implications, and the potential unintended consequences of prohibition. Let us strive for a society where responsible choices are made, awareness is promoted, and the diverse fabric of Indonesia is celebrated rather than restricted. Thank you.